Alright guys, here we are for another episode of the Twilight Zone. Today we're talking about Season 2, Episode 23.
What's good?
What a wild ride.
What a wild ride indeed, Diane.
Yeah, so what did you think about this episode?
So, I didn't really enjoy it that much, but this is like what I want out of a fucking, like, this has happened pretty consistently to me in the last, like, month or, like, 20-something years of my life, where I'm like, that is on paper exactly what I want. I want you to, like, find the gun and be like, but the gun was new and now it's old, and where is he and how does
That's
it work?
what made the episode for me, was the gun.
And
jumping.
And the calendar and the fucking history lesson and like, oh, his son was this. So that means it was like the episode with the fighter pilots. Wait, that means I have to go back. And he sucker punches the guy.
Well, that
and
actually
runs
made
and
me kind of angry. And I'm like, did dictionaries change over the years? Could you look up people individually in the dictionary?
That was the Encyclopedia Britannica stuff.
Whatever, Encyclopedia, dictionary.
In
100 years, are you going to be in there? Probably not.
And let's say,
why would you even think you would be in there?
Well, because this guy was famous. But you have to understand, this implies that guy like wakes up half fucked up in this room, and it's like, well, here's a book. I can somehow read all these modern like words, and let me continue scanning until I find a family member. Oh! And like does that, which is like, what is going on here?
I don't think your average wagoneer was a super literate man to begin with. And aside from that, we found a very literate man who sees a book and immediately goes, you know what, my son's probably in here. Let me just, or the opposite. Yeah. I'm a fucking speed reader. One of those.
Yeah, he somehow.
I went to the whole book and then I saw, hey, that's my son's name.
He like Meteor Man did, or he just somehow can like Control F the book. It's such a weird thing because everything else, not everything else, but most other things, you were like, okay, but then they were like, we need a way for him to somehow know about his whatever, and like, well, we can't just have a character go, what'd you say your last name was? Wait a minute, that's right,
I think
right
that
here.
Exposition bit would have been much better. If they would have had like the doctor say it, like
because he knows doctor shit.
So you would have had him take the pills just like normal, given the son the pills. The son would have been like, I was saved by miracle drugs. I will dedicate my life to saving others with miracle drugs. And then like I'm like, what'd you say his name was? Oh my God.
Well, you see now that just puts a rub on it now, doesn't it? Because you said his son was dying of whatever, and he goes, well, someone named that later cures whatever. What?
Yeah.
Bum bum bum. Rod Serling. Sometimes cures find their way through time and space, and there's some and you're like, oh,
something.
I don't know. That was even weird too. How oh, I was saved by miracle drugs. I must dedicate my life to inventing miracle drugs that don't exist yet, or whatever, right?
Well, I didn't. That wouldn't be super odd to me.
There must be a way.
Because he's like,
I may or may not even be qualified to be a physician, but something helped me, so there must be a way that you can help someone, and therefore that's enough for me to be the guy.
Yeah. Something.
I'm nitpicking because
of
my
there are
betrayal.
little things all the times, like oh, my father was saved by a fireman, so or the whole premise of the water boy, like anything like that can lead to things like that. And yes, it'll be 1 in a million that's actually smart enough to achieve a goal in a scientific field.
It's more the barrier to entry to be a award-winning research scientist.
But back when there was barely any medicine, how hard was it?
Walking off the street,
you didn't have to do that much.
Be like, oh, we pasteurized some stuff.
Just
it's
kidding.
Fine.
But yeah.
No, I know.
This episode was fine.
Yeah, we sort of accidentally talked about everything that happens in the episode almost.
I came back on it with the gun.
Because it reminded me of...
what you'd actually be like if you saw a truck?
It's not Mission to Mars. Mars Attacks. When he's like,
the bird?
What is this surface? What is this hard surface? Was that Mars Attacks or something else? When the aliens come, it has a different name. Remember, the aliens are there, and they're like, what is this flat surface? And then one steps out, and a truck hits them, and they go, ah! Or something like that.
That wasn't Mission to Mars. That wasn't Mars Attacks.
It was not Mars Attacks. It was something else.
I remember that, and he shoots the dove, and I thought that's what you were going for?
No, something about the road. There's a movie about aliens that come to like a small town. I think it's named like The Small Town or something weird like that. It's a classic that I just remembered for the first time in several decades.
It's not ringing any bells with me. But
it's not ringing any bells with me, Ace. But it reminded me of that, and it gave me like a chuckle because he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And then like the truck comes and goes, "Oh!" And then he goes down. He's like, "There was a monster. It chased me," or whatever. I'm like, "Okay, this is cool. This is dumb. I like this." Yeah. Often people are like, some sort of mechanical beast, and you're like, how would you like this would be the most confusing thing you've ever seen in your life. How would you even know exactly what
especially
it's
if you
made
don't
of,
see a person inside it?
how it works? Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah, but like it's not too big of a stretch. Like if it wasn't moving very fast, you'd be like, all right, well it had wheels.
Yeah.
I have a wagon.
I thought he was gonna say some sort of hyper wagon, a giga wagon, if you will.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been strange for you to hear him say hyper or giga.
That's the joke.
Yeah, so there's not too much going on in this episode.
This is a fine episode.
Yeah,
This this does not do the mindfuck thing, but it does the like thinking about stuff thing, right? Because like this is the '60s in like real life, and you're like, wait, how would time travel work? Wait, shouldn't the like once he goes there, doesn't the encyclopedia switch to saying like somebody else invented that because his son dies now until he goes back? How can you go back? Well, wait, and it makes you do.
Preordained. There's one thing: timey-wimey instruments.
Well, that means like he always was gonna go back, but he didn't want to yet. So how does that work? And you're like, wait, what? Or like he wanted to, but he didn't know, or like, even that it was possible. Holy shit, right? So like that's good enough. And like the gun, it's rotted. It's been in the desert for 100 years. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
shit.
weird that the moment it left his possession is when that happened.
I don't even understand. Yeah, I know.
It's also weird that he left it. I feel like a man's gun was something
super
you would
important.
not drop.
Totally.
Like that's a month's salary. That's how you eat. That's how you protect yourself. You're
That's
going
a
back
lot.
to Indian country. For all you know, you're still in Indian country.
Yes, and I wonder. Well, he had the pills. There's like a moment where he's like, "Oh, I have this though," as if you can only pick one or something
Yeah,
like that.
I hate that shit. Yeah, all right,
We have
guys.
to
That's
run.
this episode of the Twilight Zone. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.